What's going on, guys? As if it's not enough, we have yet another video about the Mandalorian pinball machine from Stern Pinball. Now, something came across my news feed just yesterday, and I kind of sat on this for a few, and I actually totally forgot about it until I saw Stern post this up on their Facebook. And of course, it's an article by the Nerdist, which we're going to go to right now. And in this article, it has a couple of interesting things. Now, this article is by Michael Walsh. And I don't want this to be clickbaity or anything like that. As you've seen on the title, obviously we're saying, hey, Grogu might move. And that's one of the things that the lack of the baby Yoda moving around, or Grogu or the child moving around, that's kind of one of those things that everybody is pointing out is just a major missing part. At least that's the feeling I'm getting from everybody that's been talking about this pin. Now, this press release went out yesterday at approximately 10:16 a.m. Now, there's something in here that is quite interesting, as it does make reference to Grogu, and we're going to get to that right now as we go through this. Part of me really wants to believe that maybe, just maybe, he could possibly be moving on the LE. Just maybe. But the other part of me is kind of coming back down to reality and thinking, well, this is probably just somebody that made a mistake that's writing the press release. But we're going to get to it anyways, because the reason why it catches my attention, Stern Pinball put it up on their Facebook page just about an hour ago, as you can see right here. So coming back, it says, and I quote, "You'd think caring for the tiny force-sensitive child would put any bounty hunter on tilt, especially when the kid really knows how to push your buttons. Yada, yada, yada." So it basically just talks about Star Wars. We already know. Let's get to the good stuff. So here's the part where it kind of goes a little bit off the rails and makes me wonder, well, maybe whoever's writing this article didn't quite get all their facts right. So it says, Stern Pinball has announced a new innovative pinball machine celebrating the Mandalorian. It comes in 3 models, Pro, Premium, and Limited Edition. So far, so good. All 3 versions feature a motorized rotating playfield with 6 stand-up targets, lights, and 2 full-size flippers. Whoops. Yeah. So that's wrong. Like, if you've read this article and for whatever reason you're just now coming on this video and you haven't seen The Mandalorian anywhere else, that is actually not factually correct. The Pro only has 1 flipper, and that playfield is not motorized. It is static. The only ones that it moves and has 2 flippers on is the Premium and the Limited Edition version. So that's why it kind of lends itself that maybe Grogu is still just static. But we go on and we see, let's see, the game's best component, though, is its large custom sculpture of Grogu. He looks and moves like he is controlling the balls in the game, just like he controls the little round knob from the Razor Crest. Of course, the Razor Crest doesn't have multi-ball action like this pinball machine, so Baby Yoda has his work cut out for him. So that right there is interesting. That little tidbit. He looks and moves like he is controlling the balls in the game. Now, from everything that's came out, we've all been made to believe that this is just a static sculpture, that it does not move, and all indications point to that. But this is kind of interesting in the sense that that's the one thing that everybody's been saying. I wish that sculpture would have been able to move. I wish it would interact with the ball. And here it is from the Nerdist, from their website, a press release put out in which they're talking about that same sculpture being able to move and looks like they control the ball. So it gives that impression that it's possible. I mean, maybe Stern Pinball has an ace up their sleeve, and the LE, we're going to see it to where they didn't reveal it, to where once we finally see Grogu, maybe it does move. I don't know. Most likely not. I just found this fascinating that there is an article out that talks about this, the very number one thing that everybody is saying, we wish this would have happened. And there's an article out there in which Stern put it up, their Facebook page put it up from a press release that refers to Grogu moving and looking like that they're controlling the pinballs in the game. It's very fascinating. And it even says in big bold letters, Baby Yoda controls the balls in the Mandalorian pinball. That's legit the title. I don't know. Maybe I'm making a stretch. Maybe I'm just making a video in which I'm just wondering out loud, which is pretty much exactly what I'm doing. So I don't know. What do you guys think? I'm leaning towards no. I'm leaning towards that this is probably not true. And I know a couple of people, I've already talked to a couple of people about this, that I was very interested when I first saw this. And if they wouldn't have got the Pro and the Premium and the LE mixed up in terms of how that mini upper playfield works and its functionality, then the rumor mill would have went hog wild. But I think in my heart, I wish that there was a surprise behind this, but I'm going to have to probably put it out there and just say I am highly doubtful that Grogu is going to move. So if you read this, you got your hopes up, I would say we probably need to scale back a little bit. Probably won't happen. But if it did, man, that would be pretty awesome if that was a hidden feature in there that wasn't announced on the Matrix, on any of the videos or anything like that. If people just found out as soon as they got the game in their hands and they started flipping it, they realized, wait, it does move. I mean, that would be huge, but I would be very surprised. But that's all I got for this video. I just thought it was kind of interesting, and a couple people were talking to me about it. What do you guys think? Of course, I don't even know what I'm asking. All you guys are going to say, I wish the little guy would have moved. And you know what? You shake the machine enough, he will move. I mean, there you go. That's an easy way around it, right? You don't have to pay for a mod or anything. There you go. Helped you guys out. Free tips. Later, guys.